these two. Nathan Crawford has been the next in line in the last couple of years. Is it going to be these two again fighting for the championship? Drop of the gate, Kawasaki MX1 Moto 1. Have a look at the jump out of the gate from Webster. There's a Kawasaki around the outside.
Oh, Webster's down!
Oh! Kyle Webster has gone down on the inside in a big way, and that is the 111 of Dean Ferris. Welcome back to ProMX.
What a way to start your return. Good to see Webster didn't get cleaned up by anyone and is up and running. Where is Beaton? He's back as well. He is, I haven't seen him go through yet. Tanti was the rider that went through a moment ago, still scanning around. Beaton in fifth. He snuck through there very quickly, straight to fourth.
So the number 14, it's both of the CDR Monster Energy Yamaha riders, Jed Beaton and Aaron Tanti next to each other. The MXGP of Australia whole shot going to an impressive Dean Ferris.
Wow, what a start. Sonny Pelicano on the number 11 was in third momentarily, but now being swapped by the CDR Monster Energy Yamaha riders of Beaton and Tanti. Just behind him, we have Olander as well. Dropping down the order, Riley Stevens, and looking back to see exactly where the first split comes across for Kyle Webster. He is well and truly outside the top 25. A lot of work ahead of him.
And you would have to think, Danny, that Jed Beaton would have seen Kyle Webster on the ground. How is that passing move? Wow, on Todd Waters. He is on a mission now. Jed Beaton just needs to really show a little bit of patience, doesn't he?
Whoa, with a big mistake right there. Yes, you're absolutely right, Lee. He does need to have that patience.
Already, Jed Beaton putting all kinds of pressure onto the back of Dean Ferris. Now, I think Ferris, as far as the nerves, as far as an arm pump point of view, he is best off to not try to fight too much with Jed Beaton.
And that's exactly what he's done. Ferris, a very wise rider, knows just to settle into this position, watch what happens in front of him with Jed Beaton off the side of the track. But I'm sure we'll iron them out as the race proceeds on. Looking down that list on the left there, Webster into 14th already.
Climbing the field and passing people already. And looks to be that his bike is in one piece, which is the main thing. When you go down the first turn, provided you do a full systems check and make sure the body's okay, not only can't you make a pass, you lose a little bit of time here. So for Kyle, he is just trying to get his way past these riders, but it's important to remember every single rider that he gets past from here on out. Next up is Zielinski. These guys are faster, and it's not quite as easy to just pick them off one at a time. Now, he's had a couple of big crashes today and yesterday. One nearly ended his season, very, very close. And then that first turn crash, which that is just so uncharacteristic for Kyle Webster. He needs to make sure he doesn't make another one of those big mistakes.
You talked about patience before with Beaton. Well, I think right now, Webster definitely needs to have that patience. He's come to the back wheel of Nathan Crawford. Doesn't look like he's got the intensity at the moment as the boys all sweep to the inside of him. 202 of Rosenditch making a pass, as well as Webster.
Stayed so low over that tabletop. Great intensity.
Oh,
a little bit off the side of the track, but barely lost no time.
Yes.
This right here, this is where his crash was yesterday. A little bit more dubious, a little bit more cautious, shall we say, through there.
On the back of that, there is, I think, is that Duffy right on the tail? No, that is the 16 machine still of Zielinski. There is Duffy just coming into the picture to the outside of Nathan Crawford. As we see Webster on a charge here. Good little switchback to the inside to make that pass.
Is that Cooper Holroyd there,
yes,
I believe, on the number 28 machine. So clear track now. Beautiful little double step up. Last weekend prior, a battle between Ferris and Tanti at the Queensland State Series. Now, both of them went one moto each. So good signs for both Ferris and Tanti to be right up here in the pointy end of the field.
Webster to the outside of teammate Wilson Todd, who was a long way back. We mentioned that early in this one. Both riders, a lot of work ahead of them as they move their way towards the finish line. Knock down another lap. Now they find themselves in 8th, or 6th and 7th, my apologies.
All right, so Kyle Webster trying to find just a little bit of room there all over the back of his teammate, who looks to have just slowed down a tad, trying to get to that inside, but perfect opportunity here to be able to slingshot and get on top of those rollers. Completely different lines through this corner and pass made. What a charge we are seeing from Kyle Webster. That already moves him up into the top 5. He's got a great line here, goes all the way around the outside, misses all of those bumps, jumps, and then far outside through here, up on the sidewall. Oh, I don't think he's been taking that line, but he's trying to find himself a little bit of smooth ground somewhere to make his move. Now, he went to the far inside last lap. Just trying everything he can, Kyle Webster. Now, this is the prime position to make a pass. If you've got somewhere up your sleeve, goes to the inside, exact same spot he made the pass. Beautiful line there. That's the sand groper in him coming out.
That's a long run to be able to execute and execute perfectly to make that pass stick. So up into 3rd place now, Kyle Webster.
Well, it's been a complete off-season to think about what could have been in 2025. But with the drop of the gate and the checkered flag in Moto 1, it is Jed Beaton who comes out with a dominant victory here, 46 seconds plus. That is how you do it. Kyle Webster going down in the first turn. The battle that we came to see wasn't to eventuate in this first one. What are we seeing here? We'll see a pat on the back.
Yeah. Webster is putting a final charge in. I know Webster would have liked to see another 5 minutes. Ferris, however, is going to love the fact that there is a checkered flag about to greet him for his first return ride, 2nd in Moto #1, Kawasaki MX1. How about that?
Nice little shake of the head, acknowledgement, and a job well done. Welcome back to the national fray.
Yeah, Jed Beaton, what a way to kick off 2026. That was a little bit of work early, but then once you got that lead, you dominated the back end of that, and it just looked like probably another Tuesday down here at Wonthaggi for you.
Yeah, obviously a good way to start off the year. Got off to not too bad of a start and then made my way to the front, and yeah, sort of just didn't rush it too much. It's hard to push on this track, so you just got to be patient. And once I found some lines and got in a bit of a groove, it was yeah, pretty smooth sailing. So yeah, it felt good. We'll go out there and try and replicate that one again.
Cool, calm and collected as always, Jed Beaton.
Right, in fact, beating some of these riders as we are set now for the final race of Kawasaki MX1 Moto #2 from Wonthaggi. It is round #1. We can set ourselves up for the championship at the close of this one as the gates go down. Do we see a Honda again? Yes, with a fantastic start. He needs to hold it up through turn 1. Won't make the same mistake twice.
What a massive hole shot. That was even bigger than the first one was looking at being, but another great start from Dean Ferris as he heads around the outside. Who is that in 2nd place on the white Yamaha?
11 is the number. Oh, Tanti has gone down. There is
That was Regan Duffy on the white Yamaha. No, not that went down on the white Yamaha. In 2nd place, back to 3rd. Welcome back to the national scene, Regan Duffy. All of our WA fans at home will be cheering on the Duff.
Yeah, there is that other rider. Sonny Pelicano was the number I was looking at. A little bit further back, but the MXGP of Australia up in Darwin. Whole shot award goes to Kyle Webster. This is what we wanted to see. Duffy, Ferris, Watson with a good start in this one, putting the pressure on early. Wants to try and make this pass. See what we can do from here with Ferris as he looks to the outside of Regan Duffy. Good run through that corner.
Really good. Been exceptionally impressed by Dean Ferris so far as he tries to round up Regan Duffy. Some nice style points there as Ferris tries to cut back to the inside. It's nice and smooth up here, makes the pass.
Got that line worked out. Looked like he was a bit sideways coming off the first of those rollers, but it was well within his grasp as on the back wheel was our race leaders' battle. In fact, they are almost touching over the finish line. Looking to square back to the inside. What a move by Jed Beaton. That was
Forceful.
beautifully set up.
Forceful move there, aggressive from Jed Beaton. Now, what does Kyle Webster have now back in second place? Are they going to continue to do what they have done for 2 years straight and go back and forwards? Or is this Jed Beaton's day?
We'll find out soon as we see Watson now working on Regan Duffy, trying to get this pass made right to the side of the back wheel. In fact, good run down into this corner. Had to push it a little deeper than expected and gets the pass made. Waters now trying to follow him through.
A very impressive day from Todd Waters. Anyone that tuned into our live stream this morning would have seen Todd Waters so impressive in that first race. He looks like he's having a day to remember here as well. It's a long way back for Aaron Tansey, who must have been that CDR Monster Energy rider that went down. He's back in 14th place now, and an absolute eternity to try to make his way up and battle with the riders he was battling with in Moto. Number 1, Wilson Todd. He finds himself back in 7th place. He just hasn't been up where he would have expected to be.
6th place now as he got that pass complete into the rollers. The number 100 machine, he is to the inside. Not quite close enough, but might be able to drive it through here. Cuts to the outside, looking for an opening. Continues through the outside, big run. And a forceful move, gets the pass made. One more position for Tanti into 11th. You've got to go back a couple of years. Over the last 2 years, every time you start to count out, or certainly I thought, Kyle Webster was done, but he's down with a massive crash.
Well, that was a massive G-out of bumps on that landing ramp. You could see easily it just G'd out and just spat that bike sideways. Landed in the face of the bump. So he's put in a position where he needs to put his natural tendencies of wanting to battle. He loves just battling. And unfortunately for him, he just needs to find that little extra, doesn't he?
How about this? The crowd really getting into it. The one-legger from Waters as he went over. I was just about to say, Ferris is going to have a little bit of pressure soon as they have towards mechanics area. Good run into this turn, but it is rather rough. Trying to find your way into the right-hander here, turn number 3.
Now, I don't want to try to preempt things here or certainly put the commentator's moz on anyone, but as things sit at the moment, a very comfortable second place on the podium for Dean Ferris. What a return.
Yeah, I don't know the points exactly, but looks like Webster could be up there in potential as these three continue to battle it out. Watson's still there in 5th place as well, so there's plenty of names that over the years have crept themselves into the focus of these results of this particular class. Nice forceful move there from Tanti. The wheels of the bike's almost coming together. Zielinski very well to have that avoided into the right.
As he comes into the final turn, the easy lift, left-hander has a look over the shoulder. Nobody to be seen, Jed Beaton. 2 wins from 2 starts, a dream start to the championship. What a win from Jed Beaton. The CDR Monster Energy Yamaha rider takes victory here at Wonthaggi. He will be over the moon, so will his mechanic, his team manager and team owner, Craig Dack, will be all smiles. 2nd place to come through now after valiantly fighting his way all the way through. Kyle Webster, our reigning champion, lives to fight another day. He must be hurting.
Yeah, he was hurting.
Hurting left hand on the stomach area.
What a performance though for the 111. Dean Ferris tied up in points. Big one-hander. He knows that he has put in an incredible effort today on that beautifully presented 100-year Penrite Kawasaki.
Yes, great job. The whole team